Hello, it is Thursday the 16th of April. It is 7:14 a.m. I am Ray Badrin and I am coming to you live from Melbourne. It's not live, definitely not live. You've got to introduce – oh, sorry, I should have introduced you. And with me is the fantastic, beautiful, wonderful artist, Babak. Sorry.
It's like I'm being introduced as a guest. Yes, it's actually Wednesday, the 15th of April, 10:15 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is going to be a
live
crazy –
from London.
Live from London. And this is the intro to the intros of the podcast. When you mentioned the live thing, right, we said it then, but stand-ups do this actually all the time. You know what I mean? Because they'll have like Jerry Seinfeld will release his special or whatever and it'll be live from the Brecon Theatre or whatever, you know? And it's like, well, it's not live, it's recorded. You know what I mean? It's recorded.
And it's edited.
It's recorded and edited, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, you know? Like it's not live at all. It was live.
It should be called Jerry Seinfeld recorded and edited at the Palladium or whatever.
Sometimes at a stand-up comedy club, they'll put it on the sign out the front, like live stand-up comedy downstairs, just in case the people walking past were wondering, is it live stand-up tonight or they, popping on a bit of Netflix in there? Is it Netflix? We're just watching some specials on Netflix. But yeah, this is – what episode is this? The 14th episode. Crazy stuff here. This is our big guest, our biggest guest, Ed Gamble, and he wasn't really late. Like he's actually super professional. He just had so much on, and we're very grateful that he did it.
I didn't dare listen back to this because of memories of the event, but I'm also very aware that as a example of the concept of this podcast, this is the most perfect episode.
Totally.
It's like it's literally behind the scenes. And then Ed will walk in and showbiz will commence.
Man, Ed is so professional that you just realise sort of, especially when you're this tired, we're rising to the guest. Like, we're meeting the guest and like the episode's really good. It's actually quite seamless once he comes on. But when you tell people about this episode, when they like ask when people ask me, they're like, oh, yeah, how was it? How was doing it? I was like, yeah, it was good. There's difficulties and stuff. Like for the Ed Gamble episode, like everyone sort of was there. We only had to do 10, like even less than 10-minute intros, but Ed was sort of delayed and we had to do this 30-minute intro and it's just us waffling and we had nothing to say. People laugh.
We never had a contingency plan for this. I realize now we never said if anyone's late. We just had the confidence that it was all going to run smoothly.
Well, I guess this is the contingency plan now, the one that we've implemented, the intros to the intros. So you will hear in this podcast me going on about how I just adamantly go on continually in this episode and a lot of episodes how there will be no edits. But we did have to make some edits. And I want you to know, we're not editing out like stuff we're talking about as well. We're editing out large moments of silence and umming and ahhing that are just too much. And I even, yeah.
Maybe they're not. Maybe it's like, maybe this is the future. There's so many podcasts out there. Maybe this is our USP, the dead air. The slight tension. Like, you don't get that many podcasts where it's just a little bit of tension.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, it's just getting too close to just living with a GoPro on your head, without editing it, I guess, for me. Like, it's where does life begin and the art start? It's just too much. But we have some good news. We have hit over 500 listeners, but we have now qualified for advertising. So we can get advertising and you and I can earn up to the likes of $10 to $15 a month. And I believe that might be US dollars, and that is split between us. So, if we take up on this advertising, we could be, starting to rake it in a little bit, you and I. Things will be different for us.
So but I'm saying $10 to $15 a month.
Yeah, US. That's what ChatGPT said.
For life.
That's what ChatGPT is. As long as they keep sponsoring us, these ads, we speak. I guess we will. Yeah, but
As long as we get 500 listeners a week, we
Mate,
get $15 a month.
if it
for
keeps
life.
growing, like, because we have done little to no publicity for this podcast, apart from the social media page that we have, which we sometimes post on. Well, you are sort
The
of
one Instagram account that we've hit 150 followers.
That's crazy. So what are the other 350 listeners doing? Get on there. Get on our Instagram page, please. And we're not going to take up the advertising. We will not take up the advertising. We are staying pure to the project. It will take the episodes over 1 hour, and I refuse to let that happen.
No, it's okay. And we've mentioned before, we have a potentially 3-minute Tesco's advert at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
Which we have recorded for no money.
For no money. And actually no interest in Tesco. Probably, if anything, a slight dislike towards the company. But
I try and avoid it. I can. But,
my worst. No. You have to take them down a few pegs if we're giving them an ad every fucking thing. We hate Tesco. Don't ever go there. The worst of the supermarket chains. Now.
But we did record the advert ourselves.
What I would like to tell you, though, Babak, is I believe in episode 1, something crazy has happened to me that is going to change my life. I'm here at the Melbourne Comedy Festival. I have a few more shows left. Then I'll go to Sydney, and for the Sydney Comedy Festival, where I'll be doing shows there. I'm going to plug some shows, actually. Can I plug some shows? I'm going to plug. Doing because we never plug anything, and it never works out time-wise, but because this will come out after my Melbourne shows are finished, but I'm doing in Sydney Comedy Festival, if you are an Australian listener, I'm doing a split show with my friend John Cruikshank at the Comedy Store for the Sydney Comedy Festival, and I'm also doing a solo show at the end of the Comedy Festival at the Factory Theatre. So please come along to them. Do you have anything to plug, Babak?
I actually do, and it's going to time perfectly. It's I wrote a book called On the Bus Without a Phone, which came out at the beginning of April, and being me, the launch event is 4 weeks later, at the 25th of April at the Social in London, and I need people to come and watch me read a passage of soft erotic fiction.
Go to that, the 25th of April. Where was it?
At the Social. In Central London.
This is fucking mad. You're plugging stuff in London. I'm plugging stuff in Sydney, and I'm in Melbourne at the moment. And our producer is often in India. So what the heck's going on here? But I want to tell this story before I go because it changed my life. It's changed my life. This has. I mentioned the biggest coincidence that happened in my life. I think it was on episode 1 with Sam Campbell, right? And I have one up this now, or I've added. It's crazy, right? So I mentioned this story. I can't go into it again, but it's about how I lost my wallet and then bumped into the guy that found my wallet, right? And I'm thinking, what a rom-com this is, right? And I bumped into him. This all happened in London. Okay. Now, 5 days ago, I'm at a dinner in Melbourne. I'm there with Sam Campbell, Dan Rath, Damien Power. It's our night off from the festival. We're all having dinner. The waiter comes over to the table. He goes, Ray Badron. And I said, yeah, man. And I'm looking at this guy, and I don't really recognize him. He goes, it's me. I'm the guy that found your wallet in London. I'll bump into him again at another establishment that he's working at. Can you fucking believe this? I sunk into my chair. Sam, and Sam was there. I'm so lucky Sam was there on the podcast where I say this story, and he couldn't believe it. Like, just absolutely couldn't believe it. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, and I still can't.
That is amazing.
It makes me very spiritual. I'm starting to get like all spiritual from this shit.
Second season of this is just going to be that guy, that palm reader that we try to talk to. It's all the Deliveroo driver. It's just going to be the extra characters.
Man, the palm reader has got something to do with this. But I bumped into this dude, and he reckons he's going to message me and come to my show. So I don't know if he is, but like the story might continue. But this is the greatest coincidence of my life, and I feel like I'm meant to do something with this guy, even though I have some strange suspicions about him. I shouldn't have said that. All right. Well, now let's wrap it up, Babak. This is episode 14 with Ed Gamble, a sensational episode. Thanks for listening so far, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Babak's book launch, London, 25th of April. If you're in Sydney, come to my comedy festival shows. Thanks.
Babak and Ray have got nothing to say, and they're going to try and say it all in one full day. Well, that's the world that we live in today. Making things up, hoping and praying that all the guests are coming. We got a producer called you, who didn't think about money. We're worried what we're gonna do. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say. 24 episodes locked in a day, and it's Monday.
Hey, you're listening to Babak and Ray Have Nothing to Say. It is 1 o'clock. It's episode 14, and it's Monday. How with me is Babak and Hugh, as always, in Babak's flat. How you guys going? How you going, Babak? How you feeling, man?
I just got another cancellation, so literally just now, yeah.
What time slot are we talking?
4 o'clock.
Oh, the same time slot.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not another.
No, it's not. It's a confirmation that we probably need to find somebody for 4 o'clock.
For 4 o'clock, we have no one for 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I would say, like, if anyone's listening in, got nothing to do, come in 4 o'clock. But you're gonna hear this like
years later.
Years later.
Months later.
So we've got that. So we can enjoy working that out live.
I saw there's a movie by Robert Rodriguez and John Malkovich. Have you seen? I don't know if you've seen this, but it's like they made it in 2015, and it doesn't get released till 2115, I think. Well, that's not.
Oh, you told me about this,
yeah,
but where is it?
It's like hidden underground or something like that, hidden in the treasure chest or something like that. Yeah. Have you heard about this movie? 2000 and Hugh, how are you going, man? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling good. How you guys doing?
Just
I'm feeling
moving along.
almost dangerously calm at this point.
It's
Maybe
weird. It's like
kind of numb in a nice way.
Well, I'm trying to work out how I do the admin and sound not distracted at the same time.
Sure.
Do we have a tactic for this?
Well, let's do the admin and let's make it
Should we just discuss?
entertaining. Yeah. So we got to get a guest for 4 p.m. It is now 1 p.m.
Whoa, Mr. Raheem.
We're not getting Mr. Raheem.
Mr. Raheem will probably cost money to come in at 4. Would you reckon?
Well, we can ring him back at least.
I can message him and ask him what he like to. No, there's no way Mr. Raheem's coming on to a podcast today.
Okay.
Okay, but
Our previous idea was TaskRabbit.
TaskRabbit.
Could be a bit tight.
Okay. Third idea, dear. I'm going to go to my Instagram now. Who has replied to any of this? Okay, I've got some replies to some stories here of some people liking what we're doing. So I might reply to some of these and see if
If you like that, come and do it.
yeah. So that's that. But how are you feeling both mentally? How are you feeling physically, emotionally?
Yeah,
Spiritually,
delirious and vulnerable, but in quite a pleasant, veering pleasant, I would say. Could go wrong, could definitely go wrong, I think. Could spiral.
I mean, there's a weird thing for me where when this all ends, I just stay here.
Oh God.
yes.
Which in a way is nice because I don't have to go anywhere. But also it's going to be weird. Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of wires, there's a lot of action.
Yeah, I don't want to pack this stuff up.
Yeah, you are going to have to leave your house for a bit, kind of when in COVID, people had to do something between, cooking often separated their home life and work life. That was like a way, that was kind of, you have to do something that's going to separate your home and work life, or you'll just still feel like you're on the podcast forever.
Yeah. That is, basically. It'll be fine. Just need to work out the 4 p.m. Or we got to come up with some great bits of
Just some of this.
just some
of this stuff.
But without the distraction of trying to sort of work out who have I messaged to hasn't got back, who I could re-message. Or mind Ray's doing that, so do I just leave Ray to do that and just talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
What do you
doing
want
a
to
bit of
talk?
admin, yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I only know how to talk about food now.
I've got a sort of theory / I guess it could be a game if you're interested.
Hot take.
Go on.
I think you can split up the entire world into either Russia or Spain.
In what sense?
So like Portugal, Spain, China, Russia. You know, give me any country. I'll tell you
I'm
what it
going to go
is.
Australia.
That is
That's a tough one, I reckon.
that's Spain, but there's a lot of Russians there.
Yeah, you got this kind of Spanish climate, but you got a bit of Russia. Yeah.
But England, Russia, Turkey, Spain, Greece, Spain, Portugal, Spain.
America.
That is Russia.
You reckon? I would
Yeah.
say it's a bit similar vibes to Australia. It's got a bit of the Spain.
These days it seems to be veering to Russia.
Veers Russia.
It's the big country, the big self-sufficient country, you know?
New Zealand, weirdly Spain.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see it now. I see how the game works, yeah.
No, it's a simple game.
Russia, Spain. Yeah, that's cool. And can I ask, do you have anything on the Tuesday? Do you have anything to do on the Tuesday?
Do I have anything to do on the Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to get back to working out how to string out a living. That is the and it's like, and also I've got to try and do some training for this because I feel stiff as anything. It's like, I can't imagine pulling it off. Just moving. I've only been outside for like a minute at a time, if that.
Have you been running like a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
I mean, I've done it. I have once done the distance on a Sunday.
amazing.
So, but like, I've said it before. Like mentally, once I think you're meant to leave it so that you don't complete the goal, because once you do it, the next time you go out, because you've done it, and running is boring, you get bored, and after about 3 kilometers, you're like, screw this, I've done this. And it took it takes a while to mentally want to be bothered to do it again. I'm sure having to be there in public with lots of other people will force me along. But I just don't get better at things.
Oh, got a text from Ed 20 minutes away.
Beautiful
That's
stuff.
not bad.
So that's Ed for this episode. That sounds fantastic. So that's going well. Maybe we can ask him about other guests, you know?
Yeah, he knows a lot of guys.
All right, we'll start fresh now. It's all good.
Should we start
Welcome
from
back.
now? Maybe 10 past 1. We'll start now.
You're listening to Babak and Ray. Have nothing to say. It's 1:10. That's hard without the 24-hour time. It's to do the episode, but it's 1:10 and it's episode 14. 14, yes.
Episode 14.
And that's good. That feels good. It feels like there is 10 more to go. My shoulders are hurting. My neck is hurting. My muscles are hurting there. But outside of that, I'm feeling weirdly okay. I'm feeling like I'm going to make it. I think we're going to make it.
I mean, we have to make it. It's like, if we don't make it, we all die in this living room.
Well, I don't think I don't really stay up like this. I fall asleep I can't go to movies past 8 o'clock. I fall asleep. I can't really do this. So I can't believe I'm sort of I'm doing it so far. So
Can I ask, what time did you sleep yesterday? Before
I
coming here?
had. I mean, it's a long story, but my sleep's been all over the place, and because I had this surgery a few weeks ago, I had these painkillers, and I was sleeping weird times during the day. So what I did yesterday was to try and combat this. I went to bed the night before at 8 p.m. I woke up at 2 a.m. I stayed up the whole day, and then I had 3 hours before this. Food-wise, we do have our sponsor coming at one point. What time is...
between 6 and 6:30.
6 and 6:30, so that's quite a while to wait for a bit of food. We might need a bit of a snack before then, I've got to say. What are you feeling? Are you feeling like a snack or not really?
I don't know why this is. I think I keep drinking this coffee, and I think it's ruined my. I mean, I've got the bananas. I've got some grapes as well. I could get some grapes out.
Look, let's get back to this podcast. Let's get back to the big issues. Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Just Eat. We've dissected all that. We have. I tell you what has been, the hospitality area has been going off, but I tell you what hasn't been going off, and I thought we would have a shortage of it: the bottled water. No one's taken the bottled water. There's a lot of bottled water here still.
Yeah, I need to make it more clear that it's available.
Well, I remember doing a a gig in the Comedy Store in Sydney when I was like when I was back in Australia about 7-8 years ago, and there was this comedian. I don't know if he still does stand up that in Australia. His name was Umit Bali. His name is Umit Bali, and he was like walking out of the Comedy Store, and I was like talking to the booker, and he was there and he was saying goodbye, and he had his backpack on, and the backpack started to unzip itself. Like it was so full of something, like the zip started to open, and just all these bottles of water came like falling out of his backpack. He'd stolen all the bottles of water from backstage to take home, and they'd packed them in his bag so much that like they somehow opened the zip from the inside. The water did. And the bottled water was bouncing in the most spectacular way, like bouncing down these stairs, like all these bottles of water. And the shock and shame on his face after being caught stealing all these bottles of water from a gig was quite funny. Because it's just like there's alcoholic drinks, there's soft drinks to steal, but he stole all the water.
You have strong opinions on water.
I do have strong opinions on water, primarily because, you come to London, this great city, you think it's a big, progressive, global city, one of the leaders in the world, which it is, but then you have a sip of water from the taps and you're like, what is going on here? What? You probably just think the tap water tastes quite normal, I imagine.
I mean,
Oh, wait, you're from Bournemouth, though. That would have been fresh out there.
not really.
It would have been
I mean,
fresh out there. No.
I lived in Bournemouth for like 7 years. I don't remember. I mean, I've been here since I was 18. I'm 47. The water in Bournemouth wasn't so good that I remember it. I have nostalgic memories of it.
You do?
I don't.
Oh,
It wasn't that memorable to me. I'm used to this water. I wouldn't. Everyone says the water up north is good, but like I haven't been travelling much, so.
Hugh, what do we think of Portsmouth Tap? What's Portsmouth Tap like?
Yeah, Portsmouth Tap's all right. I like it. I like London Tap though. I've been here for
London
time.
Tap's not good, man.
They say it's been through all them people, and maybe I like that.
It's
Maybe-
hard. It's hard. That's what they say. It's hard. You're like,
Yeah.
how's that? How's that a? I've
Well,
never
what's-
used that adjective for water. Hard. That's ice.
Yeah, it does seem
Hard water.
wrong.
What's the water that you
Aussie water good?
Sydney Tap is good. Sydney Tap is good, but I've looked it up. Apparently, London Tap it's up there with the cleanest in the world. It's the taste that's annoying. But the quality's high. The quality's high.
This is Ed's podcast, isn't it? This
Is
is
this
kind of
what
what
they
they do. Yeah.
What I would say is though, the spring water versus the mineral water. Now, this is going to sound snobby, but there is like if you go to like a country where you can't drink the tap water and you have to live off bottled water, you start to notice the difference between the difference in bottled water. And I'm going to say this is my hot take for this episode. Mineral water can fuck off. Mineral water, it's just like
that's like Volvic, right?
I think so. And Evian,
I've only
and
just.
Evian,
I
like-
quite like Evian.
It's got the brand recognition, I guess, and it's got the classiness to it. But yeah, a good spring, just that's the flavour for me. Yeah, but there are like water tasting like not championship, but like medals and stuff like that. Best tasting water and stuff like that. Like wine tasting. You can have the water tasting. Yeah.
In this country.
I don't know in this country, but like when I was looking it all up, it was like these are the best the water tasting experts and like water, and they're tasting it like a blind tasting, like wine.
I think I have heard that there are places that pair water with, like restaurants that pair water with meals.
No, like different types of water.
Yeah, probably heard it on Ed's podcast.
Wow.
Maybe, yeah.
I think they do.
They have a whole bit about
I think I read
water.
about-
They've got a whole section.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, but sparkling still.
Still all sparkling.
And it's 1:20 and you're listening to... No, just...
No.
Keep
Well,
starting again.
Let's think of something. Let's think of a really good while we're here, and we have to workshop everything online, everything live. But so they do the food stuff, they do the water stuff, but how can we take this to the nth degree? Take this one up from them, evolve it.
What, in 10 minutes?
Yes, so blow their podcast out of the water now with the new water stuff. We're taking it to the new level.
Guess you could do the what are they called? The American seltzers.
How do you like your ice?
That's a good one.
I
The
think
ice
that's-
is not bad.
I mean, I think as long as we stay in the water or food territory,
We're
it's
still-
covered.
they're
There's
still
literally nothing you
doing- I'm
can.
not hearing a lot about ice.
No, it's the ice. You got the shapes. You got the shapes of the ice, and
The
you got,
thing is, I listen to it. He doesn't.
Yeah, I haven't.
Ice.
before Ed comes on.
I've heard it. It's good. Very good.
But you got
Ice. Yeah.
you got the ice with what? So they do this a lot. The ice one.
Not a lot, but it comes up. But go on.
Well, you do have different ice for the different thing, but what I'm not saying is purified ice, because you're putting non-purified water into purified water. And now I'm not trying to sound like a snob, but what's the point in getting the purified water if you're going to dilute it with the non-purified water? Just get non-purified water, unless you want it slightly more purified, But it's like, why are you putting the ice in it then? Why are you going to the trouble of getting purified water then putting the ice in it? So that's my hot take. The purified ice cubes. People are going for the shapes, but the pureness.
Purified
Evian ice.
ice
Evian
in
ice.
tap.
Evian ice, yeah. In
So I'll take a tap, but I'll have a Evian ice.
That's it, yeah.
Mix it out. Balance it out.
Or it is that water turned into the ice. So you know what I mean? You can get Evian with Evian ice. So whatever's diluting and melting is just more of the same liquid. It's not mixing it.
I'll just get 2 cubes of Evian ice and I'll wait.
And you'll wait, yeah. And they'll say, do you want ice with that? We've done the ice, we've done the water, right? What about the straw?
Well, the straws have become. There aren't many options with straws, right? Because, like, environmentally, we've only got the paper straws to really use.
Yeah, I guess so.
Although saying that, I still have a lot of IKEA straws here. So I could, that I bought about 12 years ago.
You're not seeing much of the crazy straws
Yeah, I was
anymore.
thinking crazy.
Yeah.
We bring them back in.
I think it's because they're probably hard to do in paper.
I feel
right?
like they were just a 90s thing like that. And I tell you what, I put that in the ballpark with squiggle pens. You know, the 4-color squiggle, like the 4-color pens.
Yeah, they don't really
You're
happen
not seeing
anymore.
them anymore either. Like those two things kind of probably made by the same company that went bankrupt in 1999.
That's sad for them. That's like,
They were like, we're doing crazy straws and we're doing crazy straws and we're doing that other thing that I said before and I forgot about now already. My brain is. But what about these companies?
pen.
What about
Squiggle
these
pens.
companies these days that are just diversifying so much? Well, you go like you got Bic.
yep.
They make the pen and they make the razor
The lighters as well.
and the lighter. You're like, okay, these guys just went, hey, let's just make stuff that people hold in their hand.
There must be a.
we
there must
want to
be-
make them in their hand. Whatever they're holding in their hand,
There's
let's
a
do
common
it.
ingredient in those 3 items
What-
which they specialize in, and then they go, "Oh, we can make use of this."
The
don't know what
lighter,
that is.
no, well, like with the pen and the razor, they're like, we got the sticks, let's put something on the top of it, But the other one, the lighter, I don't know.
You would have thought they'd combine the 3 into one product, like a pen that you could share with a razor at the end. So the stick is a
Fire
and
razor.
then you could probably sign your name and shave your neck at the same time.
And smoke a cigarette, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I first came over to England, Santander is a European bank branch, not a global branch. It's not making it to Australia. Well, at least it wasn't in my world when I was there. Then you came over, and then you got the bikes, and so you're on the Santander bikes. But then I go to Spain, and I'm like, what the fuck is this bike company doing opening up banks? This is crazy, stick to the bikes. So, I mean, I guess that's a sponsorship. They're not making the bikes and making a bank. But these companies, they're diversifying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's my hot take. That's my Subway take. That's my underground scoop for today, I guess.
You know what's weird? It's like we didn't have our theme tune because we didn't need it, and suddenly the routine. Yeah, but did we play it?
We just don't have a guest on. That's the problem.
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
true.
waffling. So, but less commenting about the fuck ups, and I reckon let's talk about how would you guys like to die?
I was thinking about assisted dying. Could have maybe a debate between the two of you.
Assisted dying.
Yeah.
How
One of you takes a different stance.
well, this will come back into Ed's thing also, but for me, it's death row for the meal. You know, you get that nice meal in the death row.
I mean, I wrote something once where it's like maybe for that last meal I'd get something I hadn't tried before. You know, there's all these. I mean, it's my last chance.
Something
Yeah.
unethical. No one can judge you for, like dolphin or something.
Well, I don't know if it would be that, but it's like there's so many things I hadn't eaten. It's like, I guess, I mean, it could be disappointing, but at the same time, I mean, what I'm not going to be around to be that bothered for that long.
Well, I've gone around and round in circles on this in my life. I've changed different answers. I've gone from something sentimental, like my mum's cooking, to something pretty cliched and basic, bitch, which is just like a steak, nice red wine, oysters as an entree, probably a bit of sashimi and all the trimmings and sides and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like a
Drag it out for as long as possible. So
yeah,
that you
yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
Tasting menu, yeah.
It's like 7-8 courses. A lot of marinated stuff you have to wait. Slow cooked lamb.
Yes.
Dig a little escape route while you're waiting.
Yeah, 2 weeks slow cooked lamb. Just buy yourself an extra 2 weeks in there.
Yeah. Catch up on some box sets while you wait.
The box sets. Well, Babak, it has come to that time where I think we're both brain dead, and so we need to do something to sort of, you know, to get us going, right?
I can ask you. Did you answer this already? Arthur's questions. I mean, that's what they're here for. But like,
And these are in my voice.
not all of them. I think this was one of Arthur's. What color is the number 5? Did you answer that before?
I like this. Well, let's all answer that. What do we think the number 5 is in a colour? If you're listening, get the colour in your mind. I've got mine. I'm associating it with. Are you ready to say yours, Babak?
Yeah.
Okay, we all say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yellow.
Purple.
What's your one?
Purple.
Purple,
you said apple.
green, yellow. Wow, they're all completely different colours. Why purple? That was just what came to mind.
Yeah.
And green.
I don't know.
Same.
It is just the. Yeah.
I've read something about like if they have to if you have to describe colour to a blind person that's never seen colour before, you describe like a mood. So blue is like ocean and so they describe the colours through moods and the moods they evoke or what they're similar to colours for. I feel like there might be a legitimate answer to that. I feel like there might be a colour that the numbers each conjure up, sort of thing, at a mass level. Can I ask? I think I wore this shirt the last episode, so that's good to know. I'll take this.
Yeah,
off
you
now.
get that off before
Ed
our
gets
guest arrives.
When's that coming? Should I take some mushrooms?
Yeah.
Give me something to talk about.
He's here.
Ed's here. Okay. Thank
Hello.
you, Ed. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming in.
Forget that bit.
Hello, you're right. No, nice to meet you properly.
Now, Ed, I appreciate you coming in. For this is our 14th episode.
Wow.
And you're listening to Babak and Ray Have Nothing to Say. Yeah.
And how, I mean, I guess a lot of guests have asked you how you're feeling.
Yeah.
We've been asking each other how we're feeling.
Yeah, how's it going?
Episodes 1 to 12 stunk. 13 was okay, and
on,
this
if-
one's in a.
You've got to wonder if you're doing 24 hours in episode 1 stinking.
Yeah.
That must have been a worrying moment.
I feel like it's one of these TV series, one of these series where it's like, yeah,
You
if
call
you-
it a TV series then?
yeah. I watch my podcast on TV, and I listen to my TV shows on my
You don't
phone.
think there's a camera?
Yeah, look, there's a camera. They might put it on TV.
We can put it on our TV.
Yeah. And that's a TV show. That's how it works.
Exactly. But yeah, I just feel like it's one of these ones, 24 episodes, and I think
after about the 22nd, you'll start to find its groove.
Yeah.
23rd and 24th, you'll be like, I wish there was more. I wish there was more.
Early network television.
I mentioned it before. It's like that Malcolm Gladwell thing where it's like you do 10,000 hours. You
Yes.
get good. This is like hour 14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
it's
we're
like-
nearly there at the 10,000.
The 10,000th episode is going to be sick. That is what we're after. We're after perfection, baby.
The problem with the whole concept is that it has to run with no edits the whole way through.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
10,000 straight episodes.
Yeah, and we are worried that like the little dead air in the last 15 minutes was
I mean, me turning up late has not helped, I don't think.
no, a lot of this. Each episode is sort of hinging on the guests being here, so we don't have to talk too much.
It's gone badly. This episode's gone badly, and it's my fault. I'll say it's my fault.
Well,
What's it-
it's a catch-22 because you are. Sorry, this is probably a bit embarrassing, but you're probably our biggest guest with the highest profile, so probably going to get the most people listening to this episode. And the intro is really
Half an hour intro.
and,
Intro is kind. to
Intro's
some
fine.
ways.
Yeah. Well, every 5 minutes, Babak says, "Should we start again?"
Because there's part of me that thinks, well, we can edit.
we
But
can't
we're
do more
absolutely
time.
not
I would,
editing.
But that's not the purity of the project, is
exactly.
it? Yeah.
And at this point, I'd be happy to release it as it is than record any more than I have to record at this point. I can't do any more. We can't,
No, but now I feel bad for saying those things because as the artist, I feel I betrayed myself by
Why?
constantly because I'm the one that's constantly like, but we can't edit. It's like this isn't going out live. It's like it's in our
No,
control.
no. I'm
We're
staying
the ones
pure.
sabotaging our own.
No, we're not sabotaging. I've never bucked from saying that
Anyway.
it has to be 1 hour's length, 24 hours.
I think it's quite nice.
Otherwise, there's no point.
Finally, it's unraveling with Ed Gamble. That's a new podcast.
Unraveling with Ed Gamble, yeah.
We've just come back from wrestling training.
I was doing wrestling training today. Yeah, we've got the big matches on Wednesday. We've got 48 hours.
Who are you
until-
fighting?
Phil Wang,
Oh,
of course. It's the first time they've ever done.
And what about in the show?
Yeah, it's normally it's comedians versus wrestlers, and I think we're finding out why. Comedian versus comedian is an interesting way of doing it.
Well, it takes a lot more choreography, and you guys aren't doing the work.
Yeah, we got to learn this stuff back to back. We're doing the work. I
Yeah.
resent that accusation, Ray, but
Well,
we
I
are.
imagine it's a lot. It's a lot
to remember, and
yeah.
also just to make it look good is really hard. There's a reason that wrestlers do it for years and do training and stuff. And it's like Winnie the Pooh versus Winnie the Pooh at the moment.
nice. How long is the?
They both
how
don't
long
wear
is the-
pants.
Yeah, and that's the gimmick of the whole match. It's a pantsless match. Yeah.
How long is the match?
We don't know yet.
Oh,
We will see on the night, but longer than I thought it was going to be. I'd say, yeah. But I'm not going to give away too much. I don't want to break kayfabe.
Don't worry, this episode probably won't come out till February next year. So, well, the plan was if we record them all in. How can I ask? Or maybe should I? You've got a very successful podcast. How did we were going to plan to release these episodes weekly? Mm-hmm. Do you think we'll lose? Do you think that's we record them all in one day? We release these weekly.
Yeah.
We have enough stuff for 6 months now.
Yes, I
That's
think you
pretty
should
good.
definitely release them weekly. I think that's the
So,
perfect way of doing it.
if
It's like
we
it's
do that-
24, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's
So
it's Kiefer Sutherland.
This is the 14th episode, so it's 3.5 months from releasing it. So say we get it out in November at best. This episode will be like November, December, January. It'll be mid-Feb, yeah. I was
Yeah.
pretty correct
Yeah.
on that. So this is the Valentine's,
Valentine's Day episode,
yeah. So an episode about love and life.
Is that so? Can I ask? Are there any format points? Is there anything you've been doing with every guest?
mainly been talking about Uber Eats and Deliveroo.
Mainly been talking about Uber Eats and Deliveroo. So I would
So you
say-
want to talk about that, or you want to avoid it on this
I
episode?
feel like we've got to the point where we realise it's safest if we just carry on with that.
Apparently, yeah, stick to what you know, really, and it sort of comes.
If you
back
only
to
talk
it.
about one thing for like 13, 14 hours, as soon as
Yeah.
you try and stray,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
it's like,
Okay, so right now this is happening too live. We've had, and this has happened a couple of times. So we've had guests pull out, and I'm having
Oh,
to
well, I'm thank
read.
God I didn't pull out. Like, that's,
Yeah, I do want you to know that you can do that, but I have to book the guests as we are recording it.
course.
So at midnight tonight,
is that the final episode?
the first one. Sorry, at midnight, yesterday morning, in the morning. So 14 hours ago, we get someone pulls out at 2 a.m. Babak's neighbour pulls out at 2 a.m. But then this photographer had got in touch with me on Instagram, asking me if she could photograph the night. I didn't really get back in touch. But then at midnight, I'm like, hey, you can photograph, but you have to be here at 2. So we ambushed. She was a surprise guest at 2 o'clock. So yeah, we've got to stop.
You can't say you ambushed a woman at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You can't say
We cannot edit any of this podcast. I hate it. So we got that, and now I think I've wrangled the guest in for 4 o'clock.
Who pulled out at 4 o'clock? Name and shame.
Helen had double booked.
Right, she doubled booked with another 24-hour podcast.
Yeah, 48-hour podcast.
48-hour podcast.
No, initially I was trying to push this. I mean, it's turned out it's not going to work. But I was trying to explain we should push for a 25-hour and do the Christmas. There's always a bonus. There's always a bonus episode.
Push for 25.
It's like, I mean, we're not going to get Hugh to come back to do an extra hour.
No, he's not going to do that. The guy looks on his last legs already.
Yeah,
he's walked out the room, by the way.
He's actually going for he has been doing this thing where he goes for a 15-minute power nap sometimes in the hallway between the episodes. So
how are you keeping yourself going? Is it I don't see any energy drinks knocking around.
I mean, Freddie Meredith got me this, but I don't like it.
I got the ginseng.
Oh my god, it's like off-brand stuff.
They are
Blue
bad.
Thunder.
They're bad.
Yeah.
We had a conversation before you came on, Ed, that I was told that was touching too closely into your territory, but I would like to know the answer to this. What's the best tasting water?
The best tasting water?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it depends how deep do you want to get into this, because, you know, you could talk about like a mountain stream, maybe. Have you ever drunk out of a mountain stream?
No, I haven't.
Or a glacier or something like that?
No.
I always see on Instagram, I'll occasionally get served a reel of someone like drinking out of a glacier. And they're like, you know, they look amazing and they're like living their best life and they're drinking out of a glacier. And then all the comments will be like, that's full of bacteria. So you got to be careful about that sort of thing in the wild. Smart water? Do you like smart water?
Yeah, the electrolyte ones.
Yeah.
Do they taste
Smart.
smart?
They taste smart.
Do they?
I do. I'm such a sucker for marketing though. If I drink a smart water, I'll be like, ooh, I feel pretty
Yeah.
clever right now. Yeah.
But that kind of works. So if the placebo effect is working a bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about placebo effects.
Yeah. But what about spring versus mineral? Do you have any?
I don't think I know the difference between spring and mineral. Surely they're the same thing. Surely spring is mineral. Mineral is not spring. Spring is mineral.
No, I think spring is from the sort of the waterfalls and that.
Yeah, but
minerals
they've
are from the rock, like the creeks.
They've all
and
got
the creeks
minerals in them, haven't they?
Yeah.
Who's to say? I don't like canned water. I'll tell you that much.
No, canned water is weird. It's
Taste of the can.
Yeah.
Well, water is water in a mug is the worst vehicle to have the water in. You know, don't you think? Like,
I do actually agree.
Because it's something about like water.
Rarely do you buy it in a mug.
No.
That'll be the next thing. The next thing to save the environment, as I think we should, it will be in a mug that you then have to reuse, and you just go and top up your water at the shop.
Do you think there is a drink that suits the can better?
Wow. Well, obviously, you know, thinking of like your Diet Coke style drinks, your sodas.
So saying it wants to be colds more, you know.
But I prefer that in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I went to Amsterdam, there was a drink that I had, and it's around here. You see it called Choco Mel,
Yeah.
and it says Holland's favourite chocolate milk drink on the front. So I thought I'd better try this, but it's in a can.
Yeah.
You're not getting milk in a can that often.
Milk in a can's not good. Don't want that.
Milk, Choco Mel is the milk in a can.
Here
Yeah.
it's in a like cool little. Cause I'm a sucker for packaging, and it comes in a cool like milk carton type retro thing.
Yeah, you want that, I think. You want that or a glass bottle.
I mean,
It depends what your mouth's ready for, though, doesn't it? Because if you're drinking water out of a mug, your mouth isn't ready for water, even if you can see that there's water in there, so it always tastes weird.
yeah.
It's like when you get on escalators at the tube that have stopped,
And
you're like, you get on and you know it's stopped,
Yes.
but your body still does that thing, so you're expecting it.
So what liquid would you say is most dependent on its vesicle?
Vesicle, we're going with that as a word. are we?
Well, what would you call it?
At this
A vehicle,
Vessel?
container.
Vessel or
container. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Vesticle sounds like if you're wearing a vest and your nuts pop out the bottom.
Vestibule?
I'm gonna say wine is most dependent on its container. As in, like
What the quality of it is dependent on the container,
As
or
in my
you need it.
experience of it, like a nice wine glass is going to change my mental experience towards it. Like
Yes.
wine at a music festival in a plastic cup, fuck off.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
wine at a fancy restaurant
Yeah.
in a nice.
But that is also, if we want to get really boring about
I
this.
do want to, yeah.
Yeah, like the different wines have different style glasses because you want the
aeration
the
of it.
aeration and stuff. So
And
you
isn't
want
it
the narrow top and the large bowl.
And it's to do with mouthfeel too, like how much you want in your mouth at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like, as in, you go from a bottle of beer to a pint of beer, it's a different feeling because you're getting like only small.
In the same
yeah.
way, I'd say a carton of Ribena with a straw, nice. The bottle, the plastic bottle thing,
No,
don't understand.
No.
And it doesn't get cold enough.
not interested in that.
Same with the Coke, actually. I never understood why the 500ml plastic bottle took off. And they cost about the same as a 2-litre bottle.
Yeah,
But it's a glass bottle or a can.
you need I think glass bottle if possible, but not many people are having those at home, are they? You got to be a fancy.
We kind
you
of
gotta
buy
be-
it as a treat.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
you got to be fancy to always have those glass bottles in.
yeah. No, you only get like one or two. We get it when we want to feel fancy.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, can we get some advice on how to take our podcast to the top? Yeah, you have one of the top podcasts.
The thing is, you've gone all in, haven't you, with this idea?
We have. We did all the idea. We got all the dressing. We've got 24 outfit changes behind me there, and I'm ready to go.
You've kept them so neat as well.
And then
nobody can see that.
and then it came down to it. We're like, oh yeah, what are we going to say for all the episodes? And we have sort of learned and grown through and interviewed. Sophie was Babak's friend. Our second guest is a celebrity interviewer from The Guardian.
Nice.
And she gave us some great tactics, which we never implemented.
We haven't implemented a single one.
But we are
Like an
learning
hour 20,
along the
those are
way.
gonna
So
kick in.
can I ask, when did Off Menu, when it first came out, was COVID a massive boom for it? Because that's when I remember.
We started a couple of years before COVID, but it did quite well quite quickly, I would say. But then COVID was a big thing for podcasts anyway, because actually they dipped a little. They all dipped in the first sort of few weeks of lockdown because no one was commuting anywhere, so no one was in their podcast rhythm. And then they realised that when they were working from home, they could just listen to podcasts all day, and then podcasts went big. So it was definitely a thing.
I've got to say, this is going to sound rude. When I've listened to, like, when I first listened to it, I thought, what the hell is this? It's just two guys complaining about food.
Yeah, that's what
I've
it is.
listened to every one.
Thank you.
And that's genuine. It's like become part, especially from like once I started running in COVID, it was like part of the routine. And I knew it as well. Even when I was like, what? What's these podcasts?
What is this? I'm going to listen to
talk-
all of this.
But it's like, I mean, to be honest, that's what we've got here is we just talk about food. It's just not on the same level.
Ours is more like Pret and
So what are you gonna
sort of
get?
Nero.
What's the
and-
discount?
Deliveroo and Uber Eats.
And what discounts
back
you're
to
getting
that
on
now.
it? Well, the Babak and I use Deliveroo so much, and this is actually one of our greatest achievements and one of the saddest things that's ever happened. We both got invited to trial, like it was invite only, to trial like a special new tier of membership on Deliveroo.
Because you use it so much.
And it
so,
was
yeah.
Deliveroo Diamond Plus, and it was for corporations. It was for people that order like 40, 50 things. It was like for people that order like 40, 50 items at like one go.
You've got to order like big trays of sandwiches
Had
for corporate events.
So we got invited to these Deliveroo dinners, like these exclusive dinners for Deliveroo members. And
Yeah,
stuff.
well, you have to travel to the food.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite of the whole
Exactly.
system. Did you go?
We did not go.
We didn't go. No.
Do you think they'd send you your own Deliveroo cube? I think that would be the highest.
They should send you
Oh.
a driver. That's what they should
Your
do.
own
That's
driver.
But you have to
yeah.
get in the cube and he takes you to the event.
That's
Yeah,
really
you
good.
Yeah.
pick up your own food.
Yeah.
It's like this is what it's like.
I'm obsessed with there's a YouTube channel. Have you seen this? I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he's a delivery driver and he just films all of his shifts through like a camera in his helmet.
One of our other guests told us about
just
this.
riding
and they're
around
all-
picking stuff up. It's great. You get obsessed with it. It's kind of hypnotizing.
That's been my prediction for the future. There's
Do you
going to be a
see-
movie about one of these delivery drivers. It's going to be a movie soon, you know?
Yeah. Why didn't you write it? I love that you're just predicting
Yeah.
it. You could write it.
I-
Is he a murderer?
I
the
make
driver?
predictions. I'm not a writer. I'm more
I feel like Ray
predictor.
has written it.
Yeah,
Now he's just
you've
spreading
written
the
it.
hype by going,
No,
okay, there's
yeah,
going to be
that's a
one
good
soon.
idea.
He
Yeah.
turns up to a house. There's a murder in the house. Don't know what else is happening there.
And is he filming it for YouTube as well?
Potentially?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Maybe like the person that he is going to deliver to gets murdered, right? But he can't get the code now to complete the order, so he has to crack the case to complete this order and get the tip.
So that's all that's on his, that's all that's on his mind.
Yeah, he's
I've
like,
got to
The
finish this.
murder
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
He needs to find that phone and get that code.
This guy's an arsehole.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
No.
That's the movie. Yeah, that's the movie.
So how long have you got left of this project?
This
now?
episode or this episode?
No, not this episode.
Oh,
this whole project.
So we have another we have another 14.
No, we haven't got 14.
10, no, so we're at 14. We have another 10 episodes. after
Okay,
this.
and you've got some good guests coming up. You're excited to speak to some people.
Yeah, we're very excited. This is it's been look, despite all our negativity and our waffling, it has been going pretty good. There are moments that we wish. There's about 10 minutes of every episode that I'm like, I wish I could edit that out.
Yeah.
But that's
That's the nature of the beast.
That's podcasting.
We apparently
That's the
can't.
nature. Yeah.
That's podcasting.
That's live TV for you. And so
We're cosplaying live TV, basically.
How did it come about? How did you two make contact first of all?
well, Sam Campbell was doing his radio show.
Yeah.
And Sam was like, do you want to do it with me? Come on as a guest with me. And I said, all right. We're hanging out that day. And we were going I can't remember if I was with him or I got to the radio station and he wasn't there. And I looked, there's a message saying, I can't come there. I've got a dental appointment. Something. Some excuse.
I had Sam to come, and Arthur, my son,
Yeah.
had done a one-off set at Knock to Bag.
Oh, did he?
When Sam was doing, this is like 3 years ago when Sam was guest hosting, and Ray was there. And I'd seen Ray, and I thought, well, if Sam's coming, it's a 2-hour show on Soho Radio. It's quite long, and I was like, well, it's quite long to have one guest. Not anymore. But at the time, I was like, oh, if I get his friend Ray to come with him, then all I have to do is the music, and these two comedians will just riff, and I just have to press buttons, and it'll be an entertaining show. But then last minute, Sam had to bail on a plumbing emergency, and for that reason, Ray showed up with 1 minute to go, and there was no Sam. We'd seen each other, but we basically, our first conversation was recorded in a 2-hour live.
So you thought, let's record all our
So
conversations
basically,
from
this
now
is
on.
a continuation
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Like, this is the only way we now communicate.
You've not spoken since then,
Yeah.
but
Always
you've
added
arranged
the camera
this,
in.
Sort of scaled it up. I thought if I did 2 hours without knowing you, we could do, now that I know you, 24 hours should be pretty easy.
Oh, easy.
So, yeah. Yeah, but the annoying thing is like we're setting everything up. We're talking so much to have to set it up.
Yeah.
So I'm like speaking to him on the phone before I come here
blown
and stuff
all
like
the- all
that.
the
And I'm like,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him all my funny anecdotes, all these great stories about the time I won the lottery and found a lot of and then my dad lost the ticket, but then my grandma found the ticket. And that's how we bought our house. And then I'm like, oh,
I don't want to hear that anymore.
But it's been like I guess an experiment. That's what I would say. But there's been moments of really great stuff, and there's been awkward moments too, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know anymore.
Do you ever feel super comfortable? I mean, now you're doing it for a long time. I guess you know when you're doing well, and you know you're not podcasting. Well, I guess as a comedian, you're always basing it off an audience's response. So for the first few, were you always like, well, I guess that'll do, or were you?
No, I mean, when we have friends on, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
For off menu, but then there's always that nervousness when we're having someone on we don't know, or someone of a high profile that we don't know. And sometimes they go well, and sometimes it's very guest dependent.
Am I allowed to name the ones, I think?
Yeah.
Like Robert De Niro.
Yeah. I've talked about that Robert De Niro
Yeah.
episode loads.
It was that the biggest? Was that
It was
like
quite painful in a way.
Yeah,
Mainly
but
because it felt like no one had prepped him on what the show...
Yes, but they had. I watched it happen quite a few times, so there was quite a few PRs there. But if you're Robert De Niro, you don't give a fuck. This movie Robert De Niro. It's like, I'm Robert De Niro. I can't believe you said yes to it, first of all. But we kind of loved how awkward it became at some points, because I think we sort of got him at the end. We did break him at the end. But it was really fun, and a lot of our listeners love those ones. So we did one with Dan Aykroyd once as well that was like mad.
It's just a vodka advert.
Yeah, it was just insane. So like the intro and the outro is always very important in those, where we can prepare people for what happens. But it's good sometimes to have those little awkward things.
See, that's going to be fine.
Well, we've got a lot of good stuff in
we've
this
got a lot of
podcast,
awkward things.
man. Yeah, there's a lot
De
of
Niro's coming in at 4 p.m, right?
Yeah.
I think they did that with the extras season 2 too. They'd mentioned we're getting De Niro, but they had never got him, and so they were like, we're gonna have to rewrite the last episode. But then he just said yes, and he came in. He was just kind of pretty easy going.
No, he's very easy going.
Yeah,
too easy going, I'd say.
I mean, the answering everything of like if it's good is such a sort of like defeats the purpose of the
definitely.
I also like anything if it's good.
And having to stop Robert De Niro and go, just to let you know, we will be asking you this for every course. We're not being aggressive. We kind of need you to pick something, or we're happy to choose for you. But he was like, whatever's good.
When I first came over to the UK, I was doing gigs everywhere, and I was closing the show at Red, like the new comedian night at the Stand in Newcastle.
Red Raw.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was, and so I'm like the only booked act, but then the middle section they're mucking around with because they're filming something that night, and there's all these cameras there. And I'm sort of, I've never been to Newcastle before, and I'm performing here, and I'm like, I don't really know any of the comics there. And I said, what are you guys filming? And they say, we're filming a documentary in here for Sunderland. And I said, all right. It's a football documentary called Sunderland Till I Die. But at the time, there was no football. That was the first one, so really no idea why they would be filming like kind of this football documentary in there. And they'd booked the whole middle section with comedians from Newcastle to shit on Sunderland.
Right.
And I just remember the one guy, there was all different ones, but there was one guy, and he's like, he goes, I think the problem with the Sunderland football team, it's not the players, it's the coach. It's not hard enough. It's not hard enough. They need to get someone harder in there. Maybe like Robert De Niro. And he would then do Robert De Niro as the coach of Newcastle football team, right? But it wasn't actually Robert De Niro too. It's one of Robert De Niro's characters from a movie as well, because he was playing a mafia
Well, that's always
guy.
the Robert De Niro
It's like,
impression.
I want you to whack the other team. I want you to whack that. But I'm like, you just could do a De Niro impersonation and have crowbarred him somehow to become the coach of Newcastle,
But that's all impersonations of that.
I know, but that's a stretch.
Yeah.
De Niro's coaching football over here. and then the documentary came out, and that's the one on there. Yeah, the De Niro impersonation. Yeah,
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
And
People
you
love
on
it.
it?
No, I'm not in it, but it was like all the acts, and they were all kind of shitting on Sunderland and who was going to get on there. But the guy with the
Can
De
you
Niro.
do a De Niro?
No, I can't do any impersonation outside of. I can. Once I got a voiceover, the guy saw me do stand up, and he was like, "You're perfect for this chocolate milk brand. Your voice is perfect for this chocolate milk brand."
Canned chocolate milk.
And so they set me up this booth, and they go, just do it in your own voice. And they go, we're sorry about that. And I'm like, dude, you hired me for this to my own voice and told me to do it in my own voice, and then told me no at the end of it.
No, not that voice, actually.
Yeah, I was like, what? So I'm not really good at doing my own voice, really. Yeah. Have you got any impressions in your?
No, I'm not much of an impressionist, but I tried to do you earlier, actually.
Yeah.
You're difficult to do.
It's whenever I hear me, it's like I can do people doing me because it's so droll. They're like, oh, I won't go out. They really droll it out.
Because you got to put the voices at the back of the nose.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah?
That's a bit more
It's all right.
measured. And
Yeah,
a bit more
No,
like,
I'm not doing like a, my name's right.
That's what it's usually like.
Yeah.
That's what it's usually like. But yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And may I ask what context that was being...
I was talking about coming to do this, and I was talking about our discussion the other night where you were running me through the schedule of guests and saying, we're struggling to get people at 3 a.m.
Surprisingly, it ran incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the PMs are what is causing us trouble, AM, no one's can be double booked, but PMs,
Yeah.
And we've got to say thank you for coming on. It is a tight ship we run here, and the next episode will be starting in a few
Who
minutes.
have you got? Who's in after me?
Rich Fulcher, he should be waiting in the hospitality area.
Yeah, wow. Well, Rich Fulcher shows up on time, and I'm sorry I didn't.
Ed, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate
That was
it.
fun,
We know you've got a
guys.
busy schedule, and
Yeah.
thanks for doing the podcast.
Of course, I'd say any time, but daytime.
Daytime.
Cheers, guys.
Man. See you, man. Thank you.
Let's go to Tesco.